as long as they're not looking to be besties. And I'm happy that someone with the galaxy at their fingertips can still give a girl her space. It's safe to say that you, my friend, are one of a kind.
4 or 9? 4 or 9.
I don't have to explain genetics to you, do I? Everyone is one of a kind.
Yes, assuming you're not a clone. But no more distractions. The next time you're on the Nexus, my project will be done. Come by, and I'll unveil it. Now, if you will, please leave me to my own devices.
We did just let you come on board with no vetting, indeed.
The hell you did? You can't just undo 10 hours of work.
I had to. Your revamp risks power imbalance between decks, something we solved back home.
It's twice as efficient. Just because it doesn't match your sainted specs.
And now it does. As you say, deal with it.
Callow.
I know, just please don't let this distract you.
Since everyone drops belt back heels, I need to turn the Tempest around and stop the Scalo Gill thing.
What can I do for you?
Also, where is the put Gil and Callow in a room together and don't let them out until I've sorted this thing button? Because that is seriously something Ryder needs to get on. Like, right now.
Tell me something else about the ship.
Her engine's based on the Ark's Odyssey drive, which got us through dark space. The core takes the static electricity it generates and stores it in capacitors. We basically make our own power supply. It took Serena and Tion weeks to get it working on a smaller ship. And a few electrical shocks.
Interesting that didn't kill them. Also, I'm pretty sure that violates some of the laws of thermodynamics.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Yep, because there's nowhere for you to sleep.
The swelling has gone down significantly, and I seem to be able to talk normally again.
Good. Keep me updated. And remember, cool food and liquid only. Nothing spicy.
Thank you, Lexi.
Is there something wrong? Did you hurt yourself?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just getting over some inflammation of the soft tissues of the mouth. It was dramatic, but ultimately non-threatening.
What?
Have you ever heard of the lick test? Back before scanners were portable, Earth scientists would employ this test in the field. They used it to tell rocks from fossils and get a basic idea of their mineral composition.
Yeah, Suvia is pretty cool, I agree with you, but also, lick test, very much a real thing. Also very much not a thing you should do unless you know what you're licking, or what the options are, because some minerals can indeed be quite poisonous. But yeah, in certain cases, licking can help, either because you're wetting the surface, and if the surface is wet you can tell certain minerals apart, or certain minerals you can identify by taste. But, you know, before you do that you want to have narrowed it down to, it's one of these non-poisonous minerals, some of which I can tell apart by taste, and as long as it might possibly be a poisonous mineral, maybe don't lick it.
You licked a rock, didn't you?
I was distracted and forgot it was a Helios rock. I do it unconsciously. When I was little, my father and I would go on expeditions. The lick test was a huge part of it. He made science fun for me. Your mother was something of a scientist, wasn't she?
Also, that it's Helios rock shouldn't matter. I mean, Andromeda Galaxy contains the same chemical elements as our galaxy. So, you know, Helios rocks and Earth rocks should be more or less the same. I mean, you might get slightly different proportions of minerals or something, but that's of elements, chemical elements, but that's about it. Right? I mean, rocks on the Mars or on the Moon or elsewhere are the same as rocks on Earth. Just, you know, certain types of rocks are more common or less common in different places. But it's not like rocks on Mars are made of completely different stuff.
She specialized in biotics research. Got her started in medicine.
I read all about her research and your father's. AI and implants. They achieved so much in so little time. Sam is an astounding achievement. I left my parents back home. They told me they were proud of me, and then lived out their lives while I slept.
If I were them, I'd be proud too. You came here for the sake of science. That takes courage. Some crazy, but mostly courage. I'm sure they knew that.
Thank you, Ryder. I needed that.
Anytime.
Alright, enough talking to people. Now I talked about discovering new elements. Yeah, exactly. So, which would also be
Hold
weird.
orbit is steady.
Steady is not really a term we use of orbits. So yeah, discovering new elements would be very, very weird. Because it upend lots of things we know about chemistry and physics, how they work. So I mean, new minerals is possible, because minerals are composed of elements, and you know, if you different portions and different ways they're put together, you could have new minerals. Although again, you wouldn't expect to find hugely different ones. Paint job tough enough to weather a nuclear winter. It's just gold. We'll keep the shiny gold on.
Approaching the LZ.
Well, bacteria on the rock surface. Yes. DJ science commentary track option added to Miami playthrough now. Yeah, that would be interesting to do. I mean, I'd be happy to do it. 3 o'clock, that's okay. Anyway, let's see. There's some things we can. Well, actually, rocket type life would look like rock. Oh, good question. Let's go investigate those ways. So yeah, I thought I'd just clear out kind of the remaining side quests here involved before I go back to Aya. Totally romance rock monster from Glorbon 5. Might want to figure out how they procreate first. Nature, some interesting.
Just remembering a joke I know. You won't get it.
Try. I want to learn.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Incompetently, an L-core.
That's
crack.
terrible. I'm going to assume explaining wouldn't help.
Bravo, Herb. Bravo.
Pathfinder, we are approaching the Cat Weapons Depot, destroyed by the Resistance.
Good to know. We'll search for any sign of Hana's friend.
That is very true, Bits. That is very true. Why is there this weird hammery thing? Why does it still work if the whole thing is...
I'm reading the temperature decrease.
Is that a door?
It's kind of seriously impressive technology if it's still working when it's blown up like this. And I still don't know what it's for, especially if this is an ammo depot. I mean, why does an ammo depot have a
Hearing things.
There's something over there. Maybe someone. It's dead, of course.
If circuitry is intact, we could power it up and gain entrance.
Or you could open it manually. Now unpack a pry bar back from the Milky Way. Surely we've played Half-Life and we know we need a crowbar.
Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
Get device. Well, I'm sure nothing could go wrong if we activate that. That's a-okay, Steven.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
Maybe after dark. And that is why we don't randomly go around activating alien devices. I guess we've restored power?
Talk. Talk, you cursed thing. Tell me where my family is.
Sounds like someone's still alive. I guess we follow the yellow piping. Which goes here.
Reconnected.
So was the problem the connection or just the power generating device not working?
The ambient temperature is normal.
You know where they are. I know you know.
I mean, it could just be a fragile material that's always brittle.
Who are you? Are you here to find me? Did Hana send you? Foolish girl. She never knows when to give up.
How did you survive?
Hana was sure you survived the blast, but how?
Couldn't outrun the explosion. So I found a reinforced wall and put up a field at the moment of impact. Almost flashed out, but it was that or die.
End this hunt. End this.
That's all it says. That's all it ever says. I've burned, I've peeled, I've gouged. It won't tell me where they are.
You tortured this person?
It's not a person, it's Ket. They took my family.
Still, let's not torture people. Little baked at a strategy. That is, yeah, I think so too, but also impressive timing if you can time it to be exactly at the moment of impact. Yeah, let's not torture people, if only because torture doesn't work.
I don't care what he is. Torture isn't right. Maybe he doesn't know.
It must know. It must. This is my only chance.
Not really.
If
You
it
could hack
doesn't
their
know, then
computers
I've
and stuff.
lost them. I can't lose them.
Yeah? I don't understand this choice. I have to kill them or I'll leave. Who is the them I have to kill? I mean, I don't want to leave her here. I want to take her back with me. You leave her be with her sketch mystery. Ah, thanks, Urban. Yeah, well, I guess we kill the cat instead of, you know, taking him with us, giving him proper medical treatment so that he likes us and treating him like a proper prisoner of war, in which case you might, you know, build up a relationship with him and actually get useful information out. But hey, that would be the smart thing to do.
I'm sorry, but they're gone.
No!
You have friends waiting for you, people who still care. You'll die here.
How could you? They could have told me. I could have found them again.
Or Sam can hack the cat records.
I'll signal the base and inform the resistance of my position.
Yeah, once again, Mass Effect won't let me take this sensible option. Then again, neither does Dragon Age.
Ambient temperature is
Alternatives far worse.
normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
Well, you know, that kind of depends on.
Life support is back online.
Oops. The question is, if we just took him back with us, would we be able to? Pleasant Valley. Yeah, I'd almost think so, wouldn't you? This whole planet is kind of Pleasant Valley. I mean, it's minus 44 in the nice places. How did I do that? Good question. Also, who are you? Are you Chow? No, you're Marshall. I mean, I'm not opposed to euthanizing cats, right? If there's nothing further we could do for them. But if we could just take them back and give them medical treatment, then that would kind of be the sensible option. Why am I minimizing? Don't do that. Switch off my touchpad. Off my touchpad. Also, the chat screen's gone. Come back, chat panel. Having full on ice planet. If we find evidence for one, or we just spotted having very climate planets. You could potentially have a full-on ice planet. I mean, Earth has been close to being full-on ice at various points in its existence. I mean, Pluto kinda is a full-on ice planet. But purely by planets being spherical. If you're far enough away from the sun, that kind of means that the north and south poles of your planet, you're gonna get less sunlight than on the equator, because at the equator you're at right angles to the sun, and at the poles you're kind of oblique to the sunlight coming in. Depends on whose definition of planet. But yeah, so purely because planets or other celestial
Once
objects are
stranded
spherical.
on, almost lost my good toe.
Your good dump track. Which one is that? Anyway, as I was saying before,
Temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
sure, it's going to be various degrees of cold as, right? But you still have climate variation across your planets, and of course, you know, I mean, like so we have Saturn, which has its moon Titan, where it's really cold. For example,
That many
methane.
siblings common to you guys?
We have large families. Strength in numbers.
Yeah, Krogan used to run that show. Careful.
So you have Saturn's moon Titan, which has methane weather, right? There's methane clouds and methane rain and such. But science fiction, as a trope, very much tends to have kind of monoclimatic planets, which is really unlikely. Very frozen around the equator, very... Oh, Europa, yes, indeed. says. Oh, where are we heading here? I don't want to head there. I want to head there. Very frozen around the crater, very, very frozen on top of the bottom, indeed. Yeah, Europa is indeed on the surface completely ice. Although there is, I think we're almost certain that there's a liquid ocean under the ice. Kinda high up the list for most likely place to find life in the solar system.
Took over. Let's check it out.
Yeah, why not?
Drac.
Yeah,
Why would
that is
anyone
very
near
true.
the end of their life take a chance joining the initiative?
Why would anyone at the start of theirs join up with strangers like us? Besides, who says I'm old? Who says I'm dying?
I don't think I said that.
You did.
I'm certain I didn't.
Now you're saying I'm deaf.
Ryder?
Nope, not getting involved.
Hey, you're not wrong, Jal. I am old, but I got a lot of living left.
Oh, Jack, I like you. You could be my favorite granddad. Yep, don't mind me, I'm just here to loot your box. Bye now. I said don't mind me. Why are you minding me? Robots all weather and all terrain. Yep. And apparently the only thing interesting about this entire structure is that box. Yes, Remnant, definitely good at engineering. It is very, very true. Well, you know, Herb, there's always trade-offs involved in engineering design. And I need to get way more south. Okay.
Cat ahead, Pathfinder. I recommend caution.
I recommend just...
Heads up, looks like a Keck construct.
Crossing on by, because it's not really interesting there. Maybe they could shoot the local wildlife.
Can we talk about what your people call the genophage?
You want me to just casually talk about one of the most painful things about being Krogan?
Yes.
My clan's stronger than most, and this trip... let's just say we're working on it.
This site is viable for an initiative outpost, Pathfinder.
Found all that each sphere it's the same wildlife. What you mean by sphere?
Another eidetic trigger, Sam?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
Yeah, also, don't forget that before the Scourge came, the climate here was very, very different. Outpost beacon. Yeah, let's plant down an outpost here. I'm sure the Angara won't mind.
Confirmed.
No need to discuss with them first.
Congratulations, Pathfinder. This was a real challenge. And badly needed.
It's her third
Director
time.
Addison, no personal appearance? Placing an outpost is a big deal.
Thank you, but no. I prefer climate control to these extremes. Real talk, Pathfinder? I, as Governor Shai, is already up my arse about this outpost. If local Angara weren't on board, we'd have a problem. We are good, right? As much as you've brought us, we can't afford to anger the neighbors.
I was like, it's a plan made of what? Yeah, indeed. Well, that one's us too.
Procedure was followed, as I invented it. Don't worry, we were invited.
Were we?
Good. We need every drop of viability. Especially after this Ket facility. Vold helps. Cold as it is, it changes estimates in our favor. But the initiative needs you to find more. We're never really done, of course. Survival isn't something that just ends. And there's another matter, a ceremonial one. A statement for the archives.
Is this really the time?
Pathfinder was always a symbol. Like outpost flags hanging in the commons, the people need a connection to reality on the ground. Address them, Pathfinder. What did this mean?
She was Star Trek, yeah, but at least Star Trek kind of has the excuse that there are very significant logistic challenges to having non-humanoid aliens, right? Because in Mass Effect, certainly the original trilogy, you have things like the Hanar, right, or the Elcor, which are, I mean, I'm no animator, but I think it's not so much harder to animate a Hanar than it is to animate a human, maybe even easier. That would also be very cool, but...
You need to see this place. I've laid the groundwork, but there's so much left to discover. Vold is not just about survival. We know it. The Angara know it. It's the adventure we all signed on for.
Recorded, Pathfinder. Addison out.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
Boom! And suddenly we're inside a...
I've located a suitable site for an HNS receiver, Pathfinder. Nav point is set.
That's cool. Apparently we're all of a sudden in the middle of an outpost. Well, let's go check it out.
Pleasure to meet you, Pathfinder. Priya Blake, Captain of Outpost Terravuni. I'm glad you're here. I thought we'd have to deal with this on our own.
What's the problem? Is it the Ket?
No, at least I don't think so. A few of my drill technicians went missing on a research expedition west of here. We've tried their comms, but get nothing but static.
Do you know where they were headed?
I know the route, but we lost their tracking signal halfway through. I don't know how far they got. We tried to look at their research notes, but the data is corrupted. We have 0 leads. I was supposed to keep these people safe. I've already failed them.
How come she's a captain and the previous outpost had a mayor?
Don't lose hope. I'll find your people.
Coming from you, I believe it. Their research log is in the lab. Maybe your AI can piece together the corrupted data and get a nav point.
Yeah, this whole outpost thing is weird. Like, I don't remember the Angara actually giving us permission for it, but I guess they did, or maybe they will if I talk to them, because sometimes those timelines get a bit jumbled up, which is kind of the nature of non-linear games. No one's doing admin at the initiative. James Voldemort Group Central Modern which wasn't corporeal. Oh, cool. Also, interesting one. I don't know, have you read the Ancillary series by Anne Leckie? I've only read the first book, I want to read the rest of the series. But there also is kind of a genderless world. Which in the book is then solved by using female pronouns, so she, for everyone.